all your characters look the same. This is something that I hear other people complaining about all the time, and also some people have said that about my characters in the past. And I will be honest, some of my characters do remind me of other characters I have, but I found myself in the summer when I went on holiday saying that to my little sister about her characters. Now, I will disclose, my sister is 2 years younger than me, so she's 18 years old, and she is more of a writer than she is an artist. Now, my sister only drew out her characters, so she has a visual reference of their colour schemes and what hairstyle she wants to give them and everything about them, so their biographies as well, because she writes stories about them. She wants to have a visual representation. But again, she's not really an artist, she's a writer. She writes circles around me and I draw circles around her. She can write a story better than I can, hands down. And since I do a lottery-based system with drawing your OCs, where I basically just pick random people's OCs, not even my art friends' OCs, and just draw them and give my own interpretation of them, I thought it'd be a really good idea to do it with my sister's characters. Since they all look so similar, perhaps I could make them look different according to their descriptions. I also have a feeling that this video might be of some help to the people suffering with same face syndrome when they create their characters or just draw them in general. This is one of those videos that I wish I had when I was younger creating characters, so I hope you guys actually find this somewhat helpful. My sister, like me and many other of my subscribers, have loads of OCs. She has sketchbooks upon sketchbooks of just characters and their bios. It's insane. I picked out 3 of her characters that are supposed to be different by age, by physical body type, and also personality. And I decided to go with all the same gender, so that way you can see the variety that you can get. If you like this type of video, I could actually do a boys version, see if my sister actually has any male references that I could do. The first character on the left, her name is Paige, and she's very outgoing. She has this very much schoolgirl kind of aesthetic, but she's kind of older, and she is a very much black and blue kind of colour palette. Now, I actually asked my sister how would I incorporate an outfit style. Now, in the original picture, I saw that she had very much a Japanese inspired kind of look. When I first saw Paige, I thought that she had a level head, that she was very calming, and she had that colour palette as well, which was also like that. So I gave her this blue long-sleeved asymmetric kind of fastening of her shirt, and I also gave her some gold around the edges of her shirt. This way you could actually see where the shirt ends and where the shirt finishes. The thing about Paige's original design is that you could not see where it ended or where it started. It was just a big mass of a blue dress. So I really wanted to give her a 2-piece outfit rather than a big 1-piece. So the next character we have is Charlotte. She's in the middle. She's the shortest and the youngest of the characters. So I made sure to make that height difference known. Another thing I tried to consider when drawing my sister's characters is her likes and dislikes and what she was inspired by when she made the characters. Now, my sister really likes Japanese kind of styles of designs, and she also really likes Ace Attorney. She doesn't play the game, but she does watch playthroughs on YouTube a lot, and I think I remember Sonia saying that Charlotte was a prosecutor, or at least a prosecutor in training, so I kind of wanted her to have a really smart, very schoolgirl-like aesthetic. So I kind of thought about the different Japanese high school uniforms that I'd seen, and I remembered I saw this uniform that would look great on her from the game Yandere Simulator. Now with her skin tone, I wanted her to be a fair colour of skin, but I also wanted it to be quite light because that's how it was in the original design. But I also wanted it to be different from Paige's skin colour, so I kind of gave it a darker tint. The thing that defines Charlotte from the other three completely, just right off the bat, is definitely her size. I remember when I was drawing out the character, I actually got the size really wrong, and also when I was trying to draw her socks, I was kind of thinking she would have little socks, but I wanted that pure schoolgirl aesthetic, so I went with knee-high socks in my interpretation. I will say that the gloves were actually a mistake. I was supposed to colour in her hands, but I actually prefer that she is wearing gloves. I like that idea a lot more, and it makes her unique compared to the other two characters. Sometimes with characters, less is definitely more, and sometimes the tiniest little things can actually make the difference. So the last character, her name is Melody, and apparently she is actually one of the main antagonists of my sister's stories. Now, Melody's original design actually has a fully black dress, kind of similar to Paige's in a way, and I thought that it was a bit much, kind of like with Paige's outfit. It just was so distracting, and I could not distinguish where her outfit began and where it ended, so I needed to break it up a bit, and I also took the most artistic liberty with this character design. Now, I went off her personality and everything else. Now, my sister was very intrigued with my decisions with this particular character when I drew her, and it's not that she didn't like it, it's just, it was the most questionable, to say the least. It's definitely because the change from the original design to this design was the most drastic out of all the characters. I knew from the start that Melody would be one of my most hardest ones to actually do in my style because I had no idea where to start. So I went with a completely different skin tone from the other two, just to distinguish that she is different, and because she was older than a lot of the characters that I chose, I thought that it would be a great idea to actually give her cheekbones, to make her look a bit more menacing, and she would have this really dark colour palette. Her skin tone is just to go along with the whole dark aesthetic. So during this, I tried to consider the proportion, the body type, the face shape, also the age, how mature are they, also the scale with the height, and the colour of the different features, as well as the clothing style, hairstyle, skin colour, skin type, whether it was sensitive or fair. These are all the different factors that you really need to consider, and everybody is different, so basically treat your characters like other different people that actually live around you. Everybody is different, even though some people do have similarities, we are all very different. So a lot of the time with same face syndrome, as I like to call it, people will use the excuse, it's just my art style. Well, that can only get you so far. I know this from personal experience. The best way to actually see how your characters are different is actually to turn the piece upside down. Now, I know it sounds crazy, but turning the piece upside down actually makes your mind simplify it, so you can see how similar their design is and how similar their silhouette is, rather than just seeing the character as it is. This is actually how I spotted all of my sister's characters look exactly the same. Some of the characters looked so similar they could have been siblings, and apparently they weren't siblings. So I hope this video was kind of informative. It was sort of an informative video and also a video to draw my sister's characters. I had so much fun just coming up with my own interpretations of them, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you can put a like on it. If you're new, you could subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!